Um, so after college, settle into a career, or did you wander? Or
No, I settled into career. So I got a job at a startup. It was great. I had life insurance. I had my like savings set up. My entire life was in order, and my plan was to live alone forever. And be a single career woman, eventually start my own business, just do the whole, and that was like very much the urban monoculture thing, right?
yeah.
Of like just become a single career woman and live alone forever and do the thing. Um, and I decided that as part of that, I needed to have like a rom-com year, essentially. So in 2012, when I turned 24 years old, at that point, I'm autistic, so like I never really worked out how to date when I was in high school. Um, I'd only kissed one person before. I was a virgin. I was like, well, then, okay, so my resolution this year is I'm going to fall in love and have my heart broken so that I can say I've done it. I've tried romance. It's dumb, it's stupid. Breakups are not everything they say they are. I just wanted to be able to like dispel everything and not have people look down upon me for having never tried it, or like, oh, you're incapable of love. You just don't understand. I'll be like, no, I did it. It's dumb. So I did it. I created first in my startup, because there was no HR department, a competitive dating ring where we got points for like getting someone to go on a date with you, like number of outreaches. Like it was on the whiteboard. I can't believe
What year was this? Was this
this was
before the
in
dating?
2012.
2012. So this was
Yes.
back when online dating was still on websites,
Yeah,
um,
yeah. And
before the
yeah, back
apps.
when it was like cool. It was like actually
Before
really
swipe.
good. Yeah. Pre-swipe. I think that's the thing. Pre-swipe dating was a golden age. And so I created a keyword stuffed OkCupid profile. I knew exactly like my demographic, which was internet nerd, because as you've pointed out, we are very online people. So I like had it completely stuffed with memes and online references. I was posing in film grade stormtrooper armor in my photos. Um, I was like 100% there. And I had like, I had a scoring system for determining if someone was worth a second date. It's actually a really good scoring system. So I'm going to tell you what it is. It's 50 points total. 5 questions, each is 10 points. So the first question is, how excited were you to see them? Like, oh my God, like get me out of this room, or like, oh,
Right.
this is going to be good. How much did you enjoy the conversation? How much did you enjoy any physical contact? Doesn't have to be crazy intimate, could be just, a handshake.
Right. Right.
How much do you want to see them again?
Yeah.
And how much do you think they want to see you again? And my average score of all the dates that I went on was 16. It's not great. And you need someone to score probably at least above 36 for them to justify a second date. And Malcolm, though,
Yeah.
he scored a 42. And the
Oh, the
only reason
system
he didn't get a
worked.
50 was I
No,
assumed he was way too cool for like, there's no way he'd want to see me again. So that was a 2 out of 10. But like it blew my mind. Both he and I were really on like very regimented dating schemes when we met. Both of us actually, I think when on our first date, we were each on the second date of the day. It was a Saturday, so we were able to double up on the date. Like both of us were insane about it. And he sits across from me at dinner and right away is like, well, I'm not looking to date right now. I'm looking to find a wife, and I expect to find her this fall at Stanford, where there's a large pool of pre-vetted candidates. And I'm like, whoa, I mean, okay. And then he like proceeds to lay out his entire life, like philosophy and theory, which is actually quite unchanged from what it is now. It's very consistent. He actually thought through this, and I'm like, wait, okay, so this guy's thought through his life philosophy. He's thought through his values. He's honest with me, which nobody is ever. No one says what they actually want. No one says what they intend, like what they expect from you, or what they're looking to do. And oh my gosh, it was so refreshing. And I was just like, I was immediately enthralled. I was immediately in love with him. Like it was, and I thought it was perfect, right? Because he he didn't think I was interesting. He wanted to meet his wife at Stanford. I had gone to GW in DC. I was embarrassing. I was neither an heiress nor, a particularly, accomplished young woman. I was just some manic pixie dream girl, hippie from the Bay Area. I mean, I used to wear the weirdest, I mean, I still wear weird outfits now, but like I would wear like, Harajuku pink jumpsuits and dirndls and, vintage rayon taffeta dresses with petticoats and stuff. I mean, no one would take me seriously. But so, obviously Malcolm was not going to take me seriously, but I'm like, oh, I can fall in love with him and he can break my heart. And we can all do this before he starts at Stanford. And so we went on a couple more dates. And then I'm like, hey, listen, I will have sex with you if you promise to break up with me on July 31st.